For this meditation, I'd like to explore the intrinsic joy of doing an activity or healthy practice. We're going to start with what is enjoyable in this meditation that we're doing in the present moment, but I'll also offer some ideas about what you can explore with other practices as well, so that the next time you're exercising or trying to eat healthier, you have some starting points to explore what's actually enjoyable about that healthy habit. Often we get really distracted by the end goal that we have for something, like losing weight or getting stronger, completing a project, and we can lose sight of what's actually enjoyable about the thing we're doing, which is unfortunate because it can lead to us not actually enjoying the journey or even the achievement at the end of it. So hopefully this gives you some ways to ground back into what you actually enjoy about doing certain healthy habits or working on certain projects or goals. So to start with, I'm just going to ground myself in this present moment. And I'll just become aware of the sounds in my environment, any sights within my soft gaze, any smells or tastes lingering in my mouth from breakfast, and then any feelings in my body, sitting on my cushion here in Siza, if you can imagine, under the skirt, feeling the breath filling up my belly, making my chest rise, and passing through the gates of my nostrils on its way into my lungs. And in this present moment, I'm going to find what's pleasurable about sitting here. There's a nice sense of stillness and calm that's permeating the moment right now for me. But with other activities, it might be the opposite. It might be a very stimulating environment. And there is stimulation here as well, as we're exploring the intrinsic joy. But it's a nice calm stimulation. It's engaging without being exerting. I can tune into what my body is doing right now. Right now I'm releasing tension and just breathing. But that breath is an ability that I don't always have as someone with allergies or asthma, so that is something I'm enjoying, being unimpeded right now. It's a simple joy, but it is a joyful thing. When I exercise, I like to try and take a moment to focus on when my body is capable of doing something, and that makes me feel strong or graceful or endurable, or like I can go the distance, let's say. Those are very joyful things, even if they take more effort. But for that to be joyful, it has to be balanced by being within the realm of what my body is capable of. So overexerting or going to the point of possibly hurting yourself, that takes the joy out of it. So it's important in exercise or work that involves a lot of physical labor to find that balance point between what is making you strong and what can hurt you. And speaking of work, I can tune into what my mind's capable of doing right now. Right now, it's relaxing into this moment and it's paying attention and focusing. But when I do my work, or if I engage in some of my hobbies or read a book, then I'm exploring my mind's ability to use and hone different skills and also learn new things and also be useful to others in my job, or if I use certain activities to do something for someone else. So that's another thing that can bring joy if I take a moment to pay attention to it, become aware of it. Another thing I do to look for joy in an activity is to switch my perspective sometimes. So, this may sound like a silly question, but does my meditation cushion feel any joy right now at being used? I know it can't, but just like to take that little shift and think of my props or the things I'm doing as sort of more animated, and that they're enjoying participating. Something I use when I'm cleaning things as well, that I mentioned in my cleaning the dishes meditation, to think of the dishes perspective of being all nicely cleaned, like it's having a shower. And you can do that with your carpets as you're vacuuming or sweeping your floors or doing your laundry, whatever. Just switch your perspective for a second and imagine that this thing is experiencing some joy at being refreshed or cleaned up. And if you have any pets or plants or kids or people in your life that you take care of, then you can more directly experience their joy at being taken care of by you. We can also think about our relationship to the things that we use in our healthy habits and practices, and how that goes back and forth. So right now, in this meditation, I'm cultivating mindfulness by bringing my awareness to different things. And by bringing my awareness to these things, I can expand on them. Because once you identify what brings joy, you can more easily identify other things that might bring joy. And you can maybe see where joy is being taken away by certain things. So in this way, bringing that awareness, that mindfulness to it, can cultivate more joy in each activity. Kind of like if you're trying to overhaul your diet and you start with fresh foods that you really like, and you can tune into that while you're eating them, then that'll change your shopping habits and your cooking habits as well. And you can just keep expanding out from there. So now that I've offered some of these suggestions for looking at what's enjoyable in the moment that you're practicing, in your body's sensations or capabilities that are being used, in your mind's abilities that are being used, your props, objects, or other beings that are involved, and your relationship to those things, you can sort of explore these 5 facets with any other practices that you have in your day that are healthy or working towards goals. And if you have any that you're having trouble with, I'd suggest thinking of some that you have an easier time with before moving on to those. because even just thinking of the joy in more obviously joyful practices will help you see where you can tease that out in ones you might not be enjoying right now. So I hope you explore all these wonderful ways to grow and become healthier, and enjoy.
Remember that the only bad practice is the one you didn't do. So take a moment to feel some gratitude for the chance to practice today and for the efforts you put into it. Until next time.